All right, it's 6:23, maybe 6:24 a.m. right now. I think I have a family thing tomorrow, so I'm gonna see. Let's go ahead and try supercharging for the first time. Okay, we're at 25% battery life right here. I'm gonna click navigate here. I'm gonna click charging. All right, we do have a charger really close by here.
Drive southeast on North Hillview
Here you can see only 1.4 miles. So I'm surprised it's not actually saying it's not saying that it's conditioning the battery or anything. It's just telling me to drive over there. So let me cancel this. I kind of want to see. So if I do charging here, so here you can see how much it costs. From 12 a.m. to 10 a.m. it's 24 cents per kilowatt hour. All right, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. 48 cents. Okay, so it's early, so it will be 24 cents. Let me see if there's other ones. Like, we can look at different costs. So right now, before when we did it, it was like 9 cents. So I guess the time, the day, and all of that affects the cost. Excuse me. 24 cents per kilowatt hour is actually not that bad. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to see. This will be my first charge. I mean, normally I just charge at home. My friend is actually charging his Model 3. And yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. 7 chargers opened up.
Drive southeast.
We'll open that. We can turn on the heater if we want. Let's see what we got. So right now that's off. We'll turn the AC so it heats. Okay. Or we can just put auto and it will do what it needs to. And here you can see it auto. It turns on the seat heater. I don't really need all of this heat. Again, remember, I like to drive efficiently. So I'm going to turn that off. Well, if you saw my other video. Anyways, let's go ahead and go for a drive. I'm going to put it into drive. And we're going to go. People are probably going to wake up and wonder where I am because I think my brother leaves for work close to around 7. Oh, I just rolled off curb instead of on my ramp. Alright, anyways. That's good. It rolled off the curb and I didn't feel anything like hit the curb. So this car actually has enough clearance that it's not a problem. Alright, and also the suspension is stiff enough. Alright, let's go ahead and drive on down. Actually, I'll tilt it up here so you can kind of see where I'm going, kind of. Oh, and if you want to see the headlights, so one thing with the headlights, when you pull the stock to the left, all right, you can actually turn on the high beams like that just by pulling it. As you can see, if you push it, it turns on auto high beams. You can change it in the settings so that when you push it, it permanently leaves the high beams on. But if I put auto, and right now I think because it sees all the cars parked on the side, it's not going to do it. But let's see. I don't know, it doesn't want to do it. Maybe I have to be going a certain speed, or I don't know what. Anyways, I'm going to turn off auto high beams. And what happens when you pull the high beam light, you can see it gives you these settings. You can turn on fog lights, things like that. I showed it when I was picking up the car in the look inside and the complete test that I was kind of trying to do. But anyways, you can pull it and then you can turn on fog lights and you can see it's a lot brighter. So you can change, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see the difference. But there you can see the alert when the light turned green. If I didn't start moving in like right away, then it makes a ding sound and it tells me to go. So that's also nice. And yeah. Alright. Go to the supercharger. I think the 24 cents whatever per hour, that's about the same price I think as at my house. I'm gonna have to see. I think PG&E has something for if you own an EV where it makes it cheaper. I'll ask them if that's the case, then I'll probably see about doing that. But right now also I have solar on the house, but I don't think the solar is going to be enough to compensate for two EVs charging. So one is probably enough charging on there. And yeah, I'm going to charge up here just to see how much it costs. Right now, again, we are at 24%. Oh, here you can see now it's preconditioning the battery. Okay. So basically what that does, I think it kind of like warms the battery up. So that way it can charge faster. And yeah, if the battery's cold, then it will charge a lot slower. So usually, if you want, you can do it from the app, I believe. You can tell it to precondition the battery. I don't know, I haven't looked around enough for that, but preconditioning the battery does use up a bit of power. So if you're like low on charge and you need to get to a charge station, I would say just use GPS to navigate to the place, not like navigate directly to the charge port.
In 500 feet,
I'm not sure how
turn
true that
left
is,
on
but
N Hillview
whenever
Court.
I have preconditioning the battery on in the Model 3, I notice the battery or the percentage drops faster. So I'm pretty sure it's like using the power to
Now
kind of
turn
just
left
warm up the
onto
battery.
Hillview Court.
Okay, so anyways, we're here and someone's just leaving. Alright. Yeah, so our charge point's
Now
only like
turn right
1.4
to
miles
stay on
away,
Hillview
so
Court.
not too bad. There's actually a few around my city where I can plug in. There's a few at the mall, and then I think there's other ones somewhat nearby, but yeah. Okay, and at the superchargers, you kind
Now
of
your
want to
destination is on the left.
check. They have numbers and letters on it. You want to have, if you can, get one that's not next to another person's where the numbers are different. So it'll be like 1 A, B, C, D, and then 2 A, B, C, D, 3 A, B, C, D. So I can't really see right now because it's too dark, but I'm just gonna go like 2 over, and we're just gonna go to this one. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. We're gonna back up. All right, and let's go ahead and just back into this one next to the Model S. And I can even push this. Oh, somebody's waiting, so never mind, screw it. That's gonna take too long. So we're gonna just park here manually. And if it's like the other ones, then you kind of back up to where you're kind of like that bumper thing disappears. I'm not sure how much more I need to back up, but we're gonna back up like that. All right, we'll stop there and let's see if that's far enough. And I like, instead of like tapping this, you can tap that, but I usually just push this and say open butthole. Oops, it opened anyways, even though I said a bunch of stuff. All right, so I might have had to, okay, that's actually good. I parked really close. Here you can see the charge port. So the charger goes like this. You can see we're at 5B. We're gonna pull this up slightly and then pull it out. Go over to here and shove that in there, and it should go to blue and then to green, and that's how you know it's charging. All right, so actually I might have, do I have to confirm it on the screen? No. Okay, it says starting to charge. Oh, so it's just blinking blue, not green. Interesting. Did they change something? Oh, no. Okay, it did go to green. I was just not waiting long enough. Okay, so when we come in here, they started adding this other stuff. So now they give you tips. Maybe it's because it's the first time I plugged it in. All right. So here you go. Find the fastest supercharger. Filter by 3 volts. All right, navigate to the supercharger. They'll actually show a number of how many stalls are left in the little red dot when I navigated to the supercharger. All right, it says 25 minutes remaining to charge to 80% from 25%. It was 24%, I think. So we'll see how accurate that is. So it should complete around 57, so before 7 a.m. And there you go. Arrive with 20% battery or less to maximize charge rate. So the lower the percentage, I wasn't quite at 20%, but I didn't want to drive around 4% just to do that. And then here you see leave space between stalls so that it can charge faster. And then move your car after charging, otherwise you might have to pay idle fees. And here you can see it's charging at about 124 kilowatts per hour. It's jumping up and down, 122. All right, and it's charging at the rate of about 500 miles of range per hour. Okay. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna let that go. I'm pretty sure you don't want to just stare at the screen showing it's charging. If you want, you can actually push this so you can see like the estimated range. Usually the estimated range isn't too accurate, so people don't like to follow it, because to get this estimated range you have to drive super efficient, kind of like how I drive, without all the extra fun speeding up and merging like that. Anyways, we're gonna push the battery thing again. So here you can see this, you can adjust how much charge you want. So if you don't need that much range every day, it's recommended that you lower this to the minimum if you don't need it, and then you can raise it up. You want to keep the battery, believe 20 and 80% is about best. If you put it higher than that, it makes the battery go bad sooner, and you can lower it to 50, and that will actually prolong the battery life even more, so that your battery will last more total miles of range. But it really depends on how much range you actually need. So yeah, you kind of decide depending how much you drive every day. If you don't drive too much, you can set it to the minimum. 50% will get you pretty far. Most people aren't going to be driving 100 miles a day, so 50% should be more than enough. You're going to get more than 100 miles from that. You'd probably get, if you 50%, you probably get, because you don't want to drain it too much beyond the 20%. Again, that's somewhat bad for the batteries. So even if you lower it all the way to 50%, you probably get more than 100 miles, probably like about 120 or so. Where when it hits 20%, I don't know, again, I'd have to drive it and compare the time to see. But yeah, alright, so here you can see it's showing how much it's costing. So $1.75. We'll see how much it costs to charge from about 25% all the way to 80%. So that's like what, 55% of charge, a little bit over 55%. So we'll see how much it costs. You guys know what's going on with gas prices right now, so yeah. And a lot of people were talking about how charging takes so long as being one of the reasons they don't want an EV. Again, normally what I do is I go home, I plug in the charger, and then by morning or whenever I leave, it's fine. So you don't have to worry about like how I'm doing right now, coming in the morning. I just happened to be awake. I was working on computers. I was up really late. I'm not tired for some reason. I don't know why I haven't been tired. I've been staying up late all these days. Anyways, yeah, so this time remaining hasn't really changed, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, here's what it's showing now. Alright, and then if you want, you can check the tips there again. Here's the trips. It'll actually restart since last charge there. Anyways, I'm gonna clear out the trip A and trip B stuff, and we'll just have it blank, or just reset all of it. There we go. Oh, I probably shouldn't have, because I didn't look at it. Excuse me. But since the last time I charged that up at my house to 80%, and I got about 255 watt hours per mile, used 38 kilowatt hours, and traveled 148 miles. And that was the trip I went up past San Francisco. I had a viewer from my channel that happened to live not crazy far away, so I decided why not bring it back to them. They shipped it to me originally, and then I just brought it back. I was a little worried that if I shipped it, it might get damaged in transit, so I didn't want to risk any of that. But anyways, you can see it's already done 13%, and it's now changed to 20 minutes to go. So yeah, we'll see you guys later. For now, I'm just gonna be in here probably setting up like my Hulu, Netflix, all of that, so that way I can watch whenever I want in the car. And yeah, we'll see you guys when the charge is closer to finished. Alright, so for now we're gonna go into the, I believe it was the toy box, right? Or no, theater, sorry, they move stuff around, I think. But yeah, alright, I'll see you guys when it's closer to done charging, and I'll start attaching all my accounts to this thing. All right, bye. Okay, so here you can see it's 6:52 a.m. Doesn't look like it's gonna finish in 5 minutes like the original estimate. So of course also the speed is slowing down. As it gets closer to the higher percentages, the charge rate will usually slow down. So there's that to keep in mind as well. So even if you charge at one of the 250 kilowatt hour ones, keep that in mind. It'll only charge at those really high speeds at lower percentages. And then as you get higher up, you can see it's dropped to 81. It was doing 125, I think, at the top point. And this is a 150 kilowatt hour charge point. I mean, there are other cars around that are still charging. But yeah, anyways, I signed into all my stuff: Netflix, Hulu, Disney, YouTube, TikTok. I don't have a Twitch, or maybe I do and I haven't used it in so long I forgot. But anyways, we're gonna let it charge a bit more, and we'll see you guys when it's about 80%. All right, bye. All right, not much later, but anyways, the other driver left. That's not the one they were charging at, but anyways, I always notice these things are falling on the ground a lot of the time. So I kind of just put them back up so they don't get run over or something. But basically, just get it in there and it stays like that. You can take it out by pulling it, go back at an angle, then let it go down. One thing I think I've seen somewhere, if the charger is broken, you can like kind of throw it on top or something. I don't know what the universal sign, I forget, for a defective or faulty charger. But some people like put it a certain way so that people know that it's not working properly and not to pull into one of those chargers. But yeah, you can see it's 70%. All right, 654. It's about almost there. All right, so the last 10% hopefully won't take too much longer, but you can see. All right, and yeah, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna watch something real quick maybe, or listen to some music, and I'll see you guys when it's done. Normally when I do this, I bring my laptop and I'll be logging work for what I did for the day, but yeah, I already did that earlier today, so I don't need to do that. But usually I would reserve that if I was expecting to charge. I was actually expecting to do this tomorrow night, not today. Or actually, I was going to plug it into my house tomorrow. But then I saw a message saying that my parents were coming to visit today. So I figured I might as well charge it because people are probably going to be wanting to jump in the car and see stuff. So yeah, anyways, that's it for now. We'll wait till it's charged up more. We'll see what time it is, and you can compare the time remaining. I always add like some extra time to the time remaining, probably like 10 minutes or so, just because this thing slows down, and also as it gets towards the top it takes longer, so we'll see. All right, see you guys when it's about 80%, and yeah. So you can see it jumped down to 5 minutes remaining. So again, about an extra 5 to 10 minutes. And then one thing I didn't mention, so when it gets close to being done, when it shows this about 5 minutes remaining, you will actually get a message alert from your Tesla app saying that your charging is almost complete and that idle fees may incur if you continue staying at the charger. Let me see if I can show that again. So when we went to the charging here, so if you push the, see now it says there's 10 slots available because a couple people left, and then there you can see the idle fees are $1 a minute, or up to $1 per minute. So I don't know what that means. Maybe initially they won't charge us much. One way around that is you basically, in the app, you just increase how much percent you want to charge. So that way each time it's going to idle mode, you have more time to wait. Also, the last percentage, like till 100%, takes extremely long to charge because this will be much lower when it's charging those last few percent. So as you can see, as it's getting close to 80%, the charge rate is going slower. Okay. And if you set it to 100%, the last 20% is going to be even slower. So that's a nice way to kind of charge up extra battery. To, like if you're out, like let's say you're in a mall or you're eating and you're not done yet, but you maybe have like 10-20 more minutes and you'll be ready. You can set it to 100%, but again, keep in mind that's not good for the battery. I mean, it's not going to completely destroy your battery quick or anything, but it's not as good for the battery, so your battery won't last as long. If you keep it within like 20-80%, it should like last you probably a million miles. But most likely other things are going to break before then, so we'll see. I don't know what the longest range or longest lasting battery so far on one of these is. You guys can probably look that up, but I know it's several 100,000 miles. I think over 500,000 already. Yeah, so some people are saying that the cars don't last long, or the batteries wouldn't last long, but 500,000 miles is pretty long. Most people I've seen get rid of their cars before their car even hits 200,000 miles. My old car hit 270,000 miles. It was still working, but somebody stole the catalytic converter, so I had to get a new car or fix that, and the cost of the catalytic converter with the condition the car was in made it definitely not worth doing. So that car's kind of just sitting in my driveway. It's probably going to be either parted out or just sold or donated, or parted out and donated. I'll probably take the battery out and use it for something, but or maybe not the hybrid battery, but for sure the other battery. Oh, and I just noticed there's steam coming out here. Is that coming? Is my car blowing up? You can see. Is that steam? It could be when I spilled the washer fluid. I hope it's not something weird. I actually haven't seen that before, but I've never charged at these temperatures. I don't think you can even see it from here. Well, if it burns up, then it burns up, and I gotta get a new car from Tesla, but I don't think it will. I think it's like, you can see all the condensation and stuff here. So, yeah, I can't see it anymore, but I was seeing like steam rising up from there. Maybe that's from the washer fluid that I spilled earlier, and it's on the battery and it's getting warm. If not, we'll find out. All right, so supercharging is a good thing to test. Actually, I kind of wonder if I should charge to 100% just one time. Might as well, why not? So here you can see if I charge to 100%, it tells you it will take longer, and it says it's going to take half an hour. So I don't know if I should do that. Maybe I'll save that for another time, or I'll do that at my house. Well, no, it's really hard to get it like accurately to the 80 whatever. But there you go. Oh, it says it charged to 80%. Come on, I want to get this like whatever. It's a 79%. I accidentally moved the thingy. Let's see if it's gonna charge the last percent because I moved it. It's so hard to ooh, sorry, I'm not even looking at it. It's so hard to get it accurately at the percent you want. So I think the phone app is easier. I mean, it's not like you need the exact to the dot, but there you go, 80%. We'll let it charge a bit more. You can see it's saying 60 kilowatts. And yeah, I'm gonna turn on the defroster thing just because the window is all somewhat fogged. Let's see how long it takes to do that. I don't need my seat heaters on, so I'm gonna turn that off. And oh, sorry, I wasn't showing you guys what I was doing. I was turning the bacon strips off. And now we can see the front defroster. Oh, it already finished charging. So here you can see charge limit 80% done, and it costs $11.35. So that's about the cost of 2 gallons of gas. around there. All right, let's go ahead and unplug this thing. And so to unplug it, you push this button here, and then you can pull it out. Oh, one other thing for opening the charge port, you can actually just push the button on here and it'll open the charge port. There's actually multiple ways you can open the charge port. So actually, let me see. So you can, the other one is you can push here and it pops open. Sorry if you couldn't see that because I was holding the charger. But you can like tap the thing when it's closed right there and it will open. You can push the button on the charger, and you can do it inside here, and you can tell it open butthole, you can tell it open charge port, and it will do all of that for you. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna drive home now, so let me put my seatbelt on and let's go ahead and go. All right. going here. Oops, you gotta hold the brake pedal. Alright. So let's go ahead and go. You can see the defrosters. I'm kind of just testing stuff, so it does take a little while for it to defrost the thing. But you can actually activate that from your app as well, or the heater stuff and everything. Look at the moon, it's like pretty big right now. Let's see, it's behind the palm tree. Wow, look at that. Alright, anyways. We're gonna go back home and... Alright, we're at 80%. Let's close all this other stuff because we don't need all of that. And then I'm gonna turn the heater stuff off because I don't need that and we're just wasting energy for no reason. And we'll take a look at the efficiency when I get home. We are driving slightly up because my road is slightly uphill a little bit ish. I wouldn't call it a hill, but it's up an incline. Alright, so I need to wait till I can go. I mean, I could just turn on the autopilot thing here if I wanted, but again, I'm kind of testing the efficiency of me driving it versus the car driving itself. Here you can see the efficiency is pretty low right now, 427 watt hours per mile, and that is probably because I was running the heater while not really moving much. Alright. So there we go. You can see it's quickly dropping. Not bad. Speed limit's 30, but the person in front I don't think is going 30, so we'll maintain our lower speed. Oh, they're speeding up a little. Alright, 298 watt hours per mile. It's actually still going down until we get to the cross street and have to go up. It'll probably start going up again. Let's see here. Green. Right, so 229 watt hours per mile now. Alright, we're getting pretty efficient. Going up this mountain. Sorry, it's just kidding. Here you can see it's a very slight slope, not much. Alright, went up to 260 watt hours per mile. Moisture is off the window now, so all the condensation evaporated. Watt hours per mile. So let's see if I'm home before anyone woke up. I think I'm home before anyone woke up. Alright. I mean, anyone in my family woke up, not anyone in the neighborhood. Alright, so we're gonna back into the parking spot here. You can see I have that little ramp there. Okay. And we're gonna back into the parking. Okay. Like this, and you can kind of see where the tire is gonna hit. You can see, okay, we're gonna hit the ramp, that's fine, so let's move over to the left. You can see we're not gonna hit that car. So I really like this camera setup, it's really nice. Alright, you can see the cats are there waiting for me. I'm probably gonna roll up the curb actually. It's okay. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Alright, and can see we are parked. Watch out, cat. You're gonna get run over. Alright, good enough. Alright, then I let go, and it will automatically go into hold. You can park. And there we go. I wasted 1% driving back. But, yeah. And that's it for now. You can see 1 mile, 274 watt-hours per mile. Not bad. And the odometer, 162 miles on the car now. Alright, and you can see average energy. Oh, where's the total? Huh. It doesn't show there's only trip A, trip B. Usually there's like the full energy, average energy of the entire car. I don't know why that's not showing now. Maybe it's because I reset everything. I don't know. Oh, no. Current trip's that, A and B. So I don't know where's the other one. It's disappeared. Alright, maybe they got rid of it. It might come back while I'm driving. I'm not sure. Alright, anyways, no more updates. Everything's good. And I still have the premium connectivity for a month. So, we're good. We're going to go inside. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one.